Hey guys, Dan from Chicago back again for another video off of my series of videos for the 10 things for conscious people to focus on in 2013. This is off the wakingtimes.com article. Number 6 is adopt a spirit of charity and kindness. So I'm going to read the paragraph that it says in this article, and this is what it is. The greatest achievement of an accomplished person is to abandon selfishness and live in service to others. Small things make a big difference in this world, and the clearest path to happiness within is to engage in kindness without. Employ this idea any chance you can find, and the goodwill you demonstrate to others is guaranteed to return to you tenfold, affecting your own prosperity and well-being. Sounds good, yeah? So, adopt the spirit of charity and kindness. And this is something that if everyone did just a little bit each day, one thing, how about one thing each day, this world would be an amazing place because everyone would be helping each other. How many times have you wished that someone would help you carry a bag to your car? Or maybe the young guy next door, he's out there snow blowing when we get that big snowstorm and you're an older person and you have a shovel. Wouldn't you wish that guy would just come over and help you out real fast, just get that done? I mean, he could get it done nice and quick. There's just so many different things. So let's talk about a few of the different ideas that you could do. I've talked about this many a times about my rose quartz hearts that I give out to people. This is, I started doing this probably over a year ago now. Started with my family, my mom, dad, brother, and my grandpa as well. And I gave these out because what they do is it's all about self-love, which is the most important thing, is for you to love yourself. So make sure about that. It's also good for love to others, relationship love, the heart chakra. It's good for your heart in general. There's just a lot of good from this. So when I sense that just talking to someone, maybe talking spirituality, maybe that comes up somehow in a conversation, I usually always pull these out. I always have one with me. So, and it's for someone that catches my attention. Otherwise, I give it to anyone that I feel maybe needs it. You could tell that they're down, or maybe they're expecting a baby. This is supposedly really good for to have with pregnancy. So that's another thing. Otherwise I've had situations of walking down the street and, sometimes I'll leave them places. I'll be on the train, the L here in Chicago, and I'll just leave it on the seat. So you never know who gets it, but I feel that if you want to go into the law of attraction, well, there is a person coming onto that train next, and whoever finds it, that is who was meant to receive it. So, I always try to explain. Sorry, let me turn that down. I always try to just give them out to people who I feel need them. I was this story just sticks in my head. I was walking down Michigan Avenue since I'm here in Chicago, and you got the panhandlers, the homeless people trying to get money. Actually, now when I think about it, there's twice that I've given them out to homeless people. Actually 3 times, but 2 times that I actually saw the person. And the first time was to a blind guy sitting there, and something in me just told me to give it to him. So I gave it to him. I explained it to him because he kept asking me questions about it. But he was feeling it, so see what that did for him. And then another time, this was, I think it was around Christmas time again, but I was walking down Michigan Avenue, and usually people are like, oh, you got change, or whatever. And this guy was like, the people in front of me, he did it to them, and then he did it to me, but he just like, I need help, help me, and he's holding his cup in people's faces and yelling that, and I mean, personally, it kind of like freaked me out a little bit because it was a little close for comfort, but I walked past and I was just like, oh my gosh, and I just like pulled it out of my pocket, gave it to him, and I just started walking. I didn't explain it because I didn't want to get into that conversation, but with him, because it was just a little, I didn't want him to start asking me for money or something. I'm not I'm a person that does not give money to homeless people. I will give food, but no money. Or hearts. I'll give hearts too, obviously. So I gave it to him, and he was looking at it and stuff, and I stopped in a store right around there. I came back out, and he was gone. So hopefully he's enjoying it. Hey, if they trade it out for something, or hopefully they keep it, and hopefully it brings them love. But that's one thing that I'll do, and it's a way of me spreading charity and kindness. The other, since I said that I did 3 homeless people, figure I'll say it too, is, I was walking, I was over at the beach or over by Lake Michigan, and if you've never been to Chicago, we have Lakeshore Drive, which is it's like the beach. It's Lake Michigan beach, whole like bike trail, and then it's Lakeshore Drive, and then it comes into residential areas or the Magnificent Mile, shopping and whatnot, depending on where you are, Grand Park, whatever. But for me, I had to go underneath Lakeshore Drive. They have tunnels underneath, so you could cross, so you could get to the beach or whatnot. So when I was coming back, I was walking, and I saw what's it called, a sleeping bag in the tunnel. So obviously there's a homeless guy sitting there, and or sleeping there, and I noticed that someone left a banana. So I mean, you could do whatever you want, whatever works for you, and someone left a banana on the guy's sleeping bag. So I left a heart. So when that guy came back, he got a banana and a heart, and you never know what else came after me. So, and the other thing is that other people saw that, because it's a busy tunnel underneath, decently busy, and at least people saw there's a random crystal heart, and there's a banana there. So, I mean, those are just like very easy little ideas for charity and kindness, But, I mean, it could go into anything, I mean, you could be the guy, I'm the heart guy, at least for me, hopefully there's other heart people out there too giving them out. But, you could also be the person that opens up the doors for people, or the person that sees a person that needs help at the grocery store or something and helps carry out some bags. Or, another thing that I did, I know I've said this story before on one of my videos, but I was walking again down Michigan Avenue, and water tower is over there. It's like one thing that actually survived the Chicago fire. It's just a landmark monument type deal. So there's some tourists out there. There's 3 girls. They were out there taking a picture in front of it, but it was 2 girls took were in the picture, and then they switched and I saw another girl get in and stuff. So, I walked past at first, probably like 10 feet or something. And in my head, I was like, ask them if they want a picture of all 3. So, I actually turned around, walked over to them and asked them. And they said, yeah, so I made sure I tried to get the best view, best angle for them, and took a good picture. So, I mean, that's something you could even do. It'd be nice if you see people taking pictures. Hey, you want a picture of all of you guys together? That's something nice. Or maybe you've always wanted to, my mom and one of her good girlfriends, they just worked at a food kitchen. I think it was last Friday. And they got all this different food. You could go to grocery stores and tell them that you are bringing food to the homeless. I mean, really, you should bring food to the homeless, and be like, do you have any extra food, And I mean, they stock them up with like tons of different fruit and vegetables and breads and pastries and like all this different stuff. They just totally gave them everything that, I mean, it's stuff that's still good, but it's probably right at the time of before it goes bad, so right at the expiration date or whatever. So they gave all that stuff. So, I mean, that's something you could do. Donate the food to food kitchens. Go there and help, feed them. I mean, the people were so excited, at least from the stories I heard. They were all so nice, which is good, What else? Maybe you always wanted to join a charity, and you could do that. I've always thought that maybe being like a big brother would be fun. So maybe that would be something for you. Big brother, little brother, big sister, little sister, or Make-A-Wish Foundation or St. Jude's. Love St. Jude's. But I know a lot of them are kind of hard to get into because they want people that are actually very sincere about always being there for the people, the kids or whoever it is that you're doing work for. So if you have time and that's something, that's something you could do. There's so many different things, uh, or I was gonna go back into giving food to homeless, but I've already talked about that plenty. Um, but you could just think of what works for you. What What are you thinking in your head right now of what you could do to help people? Are you really? Do you love making quilts? Random, but maybe you're really good at that, and you could always make quilts for different people. You could donate those to the less fortunate, or even you could give it to friends who just had a baby. It doesn't have to be for everyone who's less fortunate. It could be for people that are doing extremely well. But you know what? A lot of the times, those people that are super rich or extremely successful in business, they might not actually have all the love that you think they might have. There's always people always are thinking, oh, those rich people, they have everything. I wish I had that life. Everyone has their own problems, So even helping people, even sharing your love to those people by doing whatever works for you, whatever you're able to do, could actually really make a difference for them. It's it just doesn't matter on who people are. You can't judge people. You just have to go what the heart says. If the heart is telling you to help someone in any way, do it. Don't be like, oh, they're better off than me. They don't need it. Whatever. I'm gonna go play some video games or whatever you do. Read a book. No, go help the people. Because imagine, like I said at the very beginning of this, if everyone did one thing a day to just help a neighbor, help a friend, help someone less fortunate, help someone more fortunate than you, you never know what that's going to bring back to you. And you never, actually, what's most important is you, but you never know what that does for that person. There's a great story. I forget where I learned this. I know it comes from my dad, from something he showed me before, but something I read, or he read and told me about it. But it was about this guy who, again, was less fortunate. I'm not sure if he was homeless or just not doing too well. He had it was just run down clothes. I feel like he was at like a doctor's office or something like that. He was somewhere, and the guy just, you could just tell he just did not look good, and maybe it was his clothes, maybe it was dirty fingernails, whatnot. But the thing was his shoelaces, of all things. His shoelaces were tied very nicely. And as weird as that sounds, the guy, so say he was at a doctor's appointment, the doctor said to the guy, you have a really nice looking tied shoelaces. Sounds crazy, right? Sounds like, okay, shoelaces. But he said a compliment to this guy. Well, the guy came back another like a month later, looking all nice, looking all good, and he said to the guy, I have to thank you. I was suicidal at that point. I was going to go commit suicide after I visited you, but I changed my mind because of what you said to me, because of the compliment you said about my shoelaces. And that goes back to like what I've said before, is you never, ever know what is going on in someone else's life. Everyone has a secret life, I have things in my life that I don't tell people, and it's not that I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to, but, or maybe there's no reason for me to say it, or, maybe I just don't want to tell people things that are bothering me personally, because I don't want people to feel bad for me, or I don't want to make a sob story. I'm not one of those people, So you just don't know. You don't know if someone just lost their job. You don't know if they can't feed their kids, or, there's something going on, whatever it can be. They maybe just got yelled at by someone, and that put them in a bad mood. You don't know who someone is. So try to just be kind. to whoever. Even if they're not super nice to you, I mean, obviously you would hope that the person's nice, but you know what? That's not always the case. So kill them with kindness. It's going to change them. Trust me. I work, well, the past 2 summers, I've worked at a restaurant. It's called Castaways. It's over on North Avenue Beach in Chicago. And I was a server. I've never served before until there. I moved out to the city and wanted to meet more people out here. And my cousins worked over there, so I got a job over there and started serving. But serving is wild. I don't know if you've ever served. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But you get people of all over the spectrum. The nicest people to the most crabby people to people that tip you really well to people that don't tip you at all. But you never know who someone is. You can't judge a book by the cover. When someone walks in, they might not look like they are going to tip you. And maybe that's in your head. Oh man, because it affects your numbers. I don't know if you didn't know this, I'm going to say it right now, just because I feel I should as a server. It's one of my jobs. I do many different things, obviously. But when you pay someone a tip, those servers do have to give out money to bussers or food runners, drink runners, whatever, the bartenders, So if you don't give them a full amount, they're actually usually paying for you to sit at the table. So that does run through a server's head at times, but I still always made sure I treated everyone with respect and always made sure people had fun, because the place that I worked at is just kind of like a party place. It's fun. It's great times right on the beach. But you just need to treat everyone equally. It doesn't matter who people are. It doesn't matter what color they are or what nationality or religion or anything, because we all are one. So treat each other with kindness. Be charitable, Make people happy. You always like to be happy. You always want to be loved. So why don't you give that back to other people? Another great thing to do is just walking down the street. I've talked about this before. You have the energy. You have the energy with the hands. I've talked about playing with energy. But you also have the energy from the heart, which is the most powerful energy out there. So you could walk down the street. Maybe you don't want to talk to the homeless, or you see someone crying, or you see someone sick, or whatever the situation is. You could always do something as easy as sending love from the heart. Just be like, much love to that person. And think of it from the heart, If you think from the heart, there's no way of stopping that energy. It's so powerful. So, I mean, that little bit could go a long way. So even if you did that every day once, you saw someone, love to that person. I hope whatever's bothering them gets better. I hope that person gets to eat tonight, gets to sleep somewhere warm. I hope that person who is extremely successful has love in their life. I mean, it's something as easy as that, because it doesn't matter what, there's that P. Diddy song, or is that his name now? I don't even know. But more money, more problems. So don't always imagine the rich are living the life of luxury in every way perfect. No one has a perfect life. So just treat everyone equally, even if they're more well off than you or way below you or whatever. And that's just what I'm trying to stress. It's just everyone has their own problems. So if we could all just be kind to each other, it would make this world a better place. If we all could just be a little more charitable each day by doing something as low as giving love, or as walking someone across the street, or taking their bags, or whatever, shoveling for someone, mowing the old person's lawn next to your house, it doesn't matter. Or even just talking to someone. If you sense that someone just needs to talk to them. I think that's the thing is, or one thing, is a lot of times people will say, oh no, I'm fine. And I guess at times you do really truly have to respect that. But I think you could also maybe follow that intuition in your heart. Intuition is huge. It's always the truth. Follow that gut feeling. If you feel that they really do want to talk to them. Maybe you could change the subject a little bit. Maybe if they're big into sports, be like, oh, you watched that game last night? Or if they're big into dancing, oh, so when was the last time you got to go to a dance class? Or who knows? But you can start talking to them. You don't even have to bring up the subject that is bothering them if you know what that is. You could just talk about whatever and making sure, and by just talking with them, you could soothe their feelings and make them feel good. Because if everyone feels good, then we're perfect. In my head, I'm keep on saying, all right, that's good. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you all and much love to you all. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like me on Facebook, Twitter, Facebook. Get involved in the conversations. Write comments on any of those pages, YouTube. Give me thumbs up, likes on everything. I truly do appreciate it. Would love to hear from you. If you want me to make a video, something that's different, I'm going to finish off these. I got 4 more of these videos for this 10 things for conscious people to focus on in 2013. But otherwise, I'm down to answer any questions, whatever you're curious about. I'm happy to respond. So thanks again. Much love, light, abundance, and peace. Thank you.